Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. It's a lovely day here, lovely. This is Hyde Park. This is, I love this park. Grew up here since I was a kid. Beautiful place. Right, what do I want to talk to you today about? What's relevant? I've been learning lately what people have been asking for. It's going to be a strange title, but this is probably going to make sense. And again, this is what I've been teaching. This is what I've been teaching every week on the 6-week transformation program. And it's what I've actually learnt myself and accumulated over a decade's worth of experience. So I'm going to talk about how to attract women, or how to attract the right woman. I can't really have one title for this. And I'm going to say how to attract the right woman, being honest and without having to cheat, lie, manipulate, and go out of your true self to do so. And I'm going to take you through the process how to do that, because I've done it. So, first thing I'd recommend, and this is what I've learned, and it's been so true for myself, is you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to be honest with yourself to have any chance of meeting a woman that you actually are going to trust, love and have a relationship with. I hear this all the time from men. I hear it all the time. And men will say, I want this in a woman, I want that in a woman, and I want a woman that I can trust and all this and that, but they don't trust themselves. And they're not being all the things in their own life and in their own integrity that they want from a woman. Now, I almost feel a little bit hypocritical to say this, because I've done all these mistakes. And obviously, if you guys followed me for a while, you know that I've gone out on the street and I've been dishonest 2 years ago, and I taught this at that stage. But that's why I'm here to reteach the lesson. It's a better lesson. I got to a stage in my life where I realised I just couldn't cheat women anymore. I couldn't cheat women anymore, because it's not what I wanted. I didn't want a woman to cheat me, and I didn't want anyone to cheat me. So obviously common sense told me I had to become really honest. But there was fear there for me at the time. There was fear, because it's always in becoming honest or being honest, it means giving up being dishonest, and it means discipline. And it's not easy to do, because with dishonesty there's an addiction. There's an addiction to being dishonest, and it almost feels like you're going to lose something, or you're going to lose. Things will be taken away, and you feel a bit exposed in some way, shape or form. And you're not quite sure if it's going to work, because it always comes back to self-love, self-trust. So it's almost like you want to go towards that way, but a story will come up. It's a powerful one, and the story will say women can't be trusted because A, B, C, D, E, because they want money, they do this, they let me down before. And maybe you think about women on Facebook, the way they behave, or the way they've behaved to you, and then you think about men that you don't trust, and you think about your life and and then you're back to square one. And you're not attracting the right woman, or women. And there's a massive temptation to attract women the dishonest way, and I've been very good at that. I'm sure you guys have tried it, where you use pickup lines, different types of psychology where you can push certain buttons and manipulate women. And there's some power in that. There is a bit of satisfaction in that, because I've done that myself, and that can get you sex. It can get you sex, but it can't get you what you're looking for. And what you're looking for, my friend, and what I'm looking for, what we're all looking for, you're looking for love. You're looking for love with a woman. You're looking for a relationship. But most importantly, you're looking for that in yourself. So you've got two choices to attract women. Well, there's only really one choice if you want to attract them the honest way. You can go down this path. Let's have a look. Can I make an example? No, there's no examples. You can go this path. This is dishonest. I just want to point for a second. It's just going to turn the camera. I like to make the videos creative. So we got this way. So I can walk this way. I'm going to give you a bit of, just get you a bit of visual. Go down this way. This is dishonest path. This is dangerous down here. Go down this path. Can't really trust anyone, and you can't trust yourself, and you can't trust women. But you can get a bit of food, you can get a bit of satisfaction, but eventually it catches you. You're at a crossroads because all your dishonesty catches up with you, and you don't trust yourself, you don't love yourself, and you don't trust women, and you don't feel good about yourself. And of course this can bring on social anxiety, depression, more anxiety, and you don't feel good, you're not happy. You're not happy. So it doesn't matter that you bought the path, you've had a few rotten apples off the tree, you've shagged a few women, you've had that attention. Some part of you thinks you're good with women because you've been good at cheating and manipulating women, but the women that you're attracting are not girlfriend material. And you're not boyfriend material. And you're not being a man. You've convinced yourself you're being a man because you've gone down this path. However, anytime you want, you can turn back. I'm going to take you down the good path. Where does it feel good? So, you're really keeping the videos creative, huh? This feels good, there's light over here. So you go down the good path. So you come to the good path. We haven't planned this today. There's literally a path. Can you see that? There's a line. But I'm going to take you through a bit of a journey. So you get here, and what happens is you get an electric shock. It's called let's call it an internal electric shock, spiritual one. You're not used to it because you've been in a dishonest frequency or a dishonest place. You've been in you live in a dishonest reality. So when you come to an honest place, you've been stripped. So the leather jacket is a metaphor. That's a metaphor for a pickup artist or someone who tricks women, and that's the power. But that's been taken off. That's taken off. I feel vulnerable now. I don't know if I feel enough. I feel like I lost my power. I feel weak. I don't feel manly because all my tricks have been stripped. So it's like Batman and Bruce Wayne. They take the mask off. But Bruce Wayne is the authentic self. You're authentic, but you feel naked, you feel exposed, and you feel weak. You feel weak. You feel like a nice guy. You feel like a nice guy to start with, but you know this is the truth because this is what you want, and you've seen evidence in the real world, and you've seen proof of other men that have got attractive women. They're happy. They've got a beautiful or amazing life, and you've seen proof over and over again. You've seen it on television programs. You may have seen it in your own family. You've seen a marriage that's been working and they're happy, or a relationship. You see it on the train, you see it on the tube, you see it everywhere. But for you, my friend, you think, there's part of you thinks you don't deserve it, but you do deserve it. And that's because you have to, like they say in spirituality, and I'm saying it, you have to align yourself to your true self. And you have to give up all of that dishonesty, because that's an addiction. You're addicted to cheating yourself and lying to yourself, because what you do to other people is a representation of what you do to yourself. So you get brave. You say, let me try this honest stuff. But it feels good. You start feeling good because just being honest, you start thinking, wow, I've got no women. I've got no relationships that are based on dishonesty. I'm by myself, but I feel better. I feel lighter. I don't feel ashamed. I'm starting to trust people. The world looks different. I want some more of this. But the fears come up, but you've got to challenge them. Now things start changing. You're going down the street, women are looking at you. You go in the coffee shop, they're talking to you. Something feels different. You're not doing anything and women are getting attracted to you just because you've changed your ways. And your ways are, you stop watching pornography. You've reduced speaking bad about your friends behind their back, which you were doing before, you didn't realise it. You've stopped being racist, hateful, judgmental. You've reduced these things. Guess what? You've given up alcohol. Oh, come on, just a couple of drinks. A couple of drinks is alright. It's only one drink, it's not going to hurt. Maybe for you, not for me. You can't drink the alcohol, mate, because when you drink the alcohol, you're on a dishonest path. You're shagging different women and you're attracting women that are in that dishonest place. They're dishonest, period. You stopped alcohol. Still a bit afraid because you're not sure. You're caught away down the honest path, and the dishonest path's always there. You can always use the tricks. The tricks are always there. You know how to do that. But there's no love in the tricks. There's no joy. There's no self-trust. So you go alcohol. Your thinking starts changing. You start to build a relationship with yourself. It's weird because now there's the need to get women to feel better starts to go. And you actually start appreciating women more. Isn't that a coincidence? You start appreciating yourself more. And your whole idea of what it is to be a man starts changing. Even the way you look at sex becomes a little bit different, because before it's, I need to get sex from her to feel better, so other men will respect me. But that's not true, because you've got self-respect. So you go forward. You get excited because now you start meeting like-minded people. You start meeting honest people who have got honest relationships. So now you start thinking about women as a metaphor for changing your whole life. Because on the other path, you didn't like women. Of course you didn't like women, you didn't like yourself. You didn't respect women, you didn't respect you. But now you're starting to respect women. So now you're in a new place, as I said, and you are meeting like-minded people. And your whole concept of nice guys finish last has changed. Of bad boys finish. There's no more nice guy. There's no more bad guy. It's the true self. You don't need to say, look at me, I'm being alpha male, or look, I'm getting women, I've got numbers, I'm getting laid. You don't need to show proof. You don't need it. You drop the whole idea. Getting good with women is no longer a goal. It's getting good with the self. Of course, women are ready. Then you start trusting women. You don't see gold diggers. You don't see women you don't trust, because you're on the honest path. You start attracting the right women. Then you start thinking about other areas of your life. You're getting towards the end, and this is when the biggest bit of fear comes up, because you're getting right close to it. Now you're thinking about falling in love with a beautiful woman, but there's a bit of fear there. I hear the fear of abandonment coming up. I hear I'm not sure if I'm ready yet. Of course, you'll never be ready. Well, you are ready. That didn't make sense. But you are ready when you're ready. And you're just, you're enlightened. You've woken up. Chasing women to get self-love is a waste of time. But you had to go through it. Or maybe you didn't. If you're first watching this video, you knew. Don't go through it. But the lesson was priceless. Because the way you treat others is the way you treat yourself. But you knew that when you first started out, but you're too insecure to admit it. But now you're secure, you can admit it. In finding yourself, you're going to find the right woman. You'll have an opportunity. You have thousands of choice, abundance, proper abundance. You made it. You're here. No more lying, no more cheating, no more hiding. You are a man. You are alpha male. You are self-love. You have got self-respect. You don't have to cheat, lie, brag, steal. You are it. Everyone is it. But you have to walk the path. And like I said at the start of the video, the most difficult thing is actually giving up the dishonesty. That takes a real man. Pretending to be a man is very different to being a man. Because we can all pretend, we can all do that. We can all jerk each other off, we can all fuck around in the boys club and pretend to be men, but being a man, actions speak louder than words. You don't have to say it. You don't say it, you don't even say it. You never say, I'm good with women. You don't ever say that again. You never say, I'm an alpha. You never say that. You don't say it. Actions speak louder than words. You don't need to. People feel it. They know it. The universe knows it. It's recorded. And you see everything different. Hope you enjoyed it. That's how you do it. And that's how I've done it. I continue to do it. It's a process. And I don't know what I mean in this video, but I know what I mean, and I know you'll get it. And if you don't get it, then you're not ready for it. Never mind. Like and subscribe. Enjoy the process. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Pleasure.